Good morning, all. Myself Chandra, and I have experience in working with the different technologies. And currently, I'm working as a integration specialist. And so, in this video, I'm going to tell you what we are going to achieve throughout this tutorial and what is needed to learn the concepts and to learn Mulesoft. So, in this series, we will have both English and Telugu series of sessions that are to learn MuleSoft, and you can watch any of the series. And basically, we are going to discuss about the MuleSoft pre-advanced topics or basic topics, and also we will discuss about the advanced topics. And we are going to create a real-time project with employees master data, and we will discuss in detail within the real-time project about how we can create the network of APIs and how we are going to implement the API models. Mainly, you need zeal and passion. I like to say that Utsaham Mariam Asakti. So, to learn any of the course or anything that you wanted to do within in your life, so you need zeal and passion to achieve that. And in this sessions, we are going to discuss about the MuleSoft training tutorial, and it will contains the topics like what is program and software, and what is ESB, MuleSoft, and AnyPoint platform, and also the tools that are needed for the MuleSoft development. And mainly, we are going to discuss about the data types and data formats that are required before you start the development of APIs. And mainly, we are going to discuss about the content-based topics and the content-based concepts that will be useful within the API development. So this is just a prototype and a description of what is program and software. So basically, a program is a set of statements, and it can be written in any language. And a collection of programs will be called as the software. So it can be a calculator example. So instead of doing the maths on our own, we will provide the inputs to a program and it will give the result. So this is being called as a software or a program. And we are also going to discuss about the software development cycle. What are the different phases that will be involved within the development of a API or within the development of a software. And as we said, we are going to discuss about the data types. Like in any of the language, in any of the computer programming, first of all, we need to know a data type. So data type is basically a set of possible values that we can allow within the operations of the program. And also, we need to know the different data formats that can be used within the MuleSoft and how we can transform the data from one format to other format. We are going to see in real-time examples. And to enter into the concepts of the MuleSoft, so first of all, we need to know what is ESP. So ESP is a architecture, and based on this architecture, we are going to follow the principles and develop the APIs within the MuleSoft. And basically, we need to follow the ESP principles to develop the APIs and the network of APIs. The concepts we will discuss in detail in the session. And we also going to look at what is MuleSoft. So basically, MuleSoft is an integration platform, and we are going to connect the data and applications or systems. So whatever the systems that are available, it can be on cloud. Cloud means we can say that there is a Salesforce, or it can be on any cloud database. So all these things we can connect using the Mulesoft by developing the APIs. And also we can exchange the data between applications. And mainly we are going to use the MuleSoft for the advantages of reusability and to increase the productivity and also to secure our environment once we complete the development. So we need to also maintain and organize the applications and environments. And we need to understand the point-to-point architecture and also the MuleSoft ESP architecture, like why we are moving away from P2P to MuleSoft or ESP architecture, and what are the benefits that we will gain by implementing this architecture. So these are the points that I have listed out, and you can see there is a increase in complexity on the point-to-point connection, and we are going to eliminate the point-to-point connections, and we will reduce that complexity using the MuleSoft. And we also uh, have other integration technologies as well, like Delboomi, SnapLogic, or it can be a Tikku, Oracle ESP, Vista, Talent, and these are other integration technologies. And mainly in this course, we are going to discuss about the MuleSoft integration technology. And to develop the applications and maintain the application, we have an AnyPoint platform. So AnyPoint platform is basically a one-stop solution to all the business needs for an enterprise application. And also, we are going to integrate the multiple applications or system within the network or architecture using the microservices. So we are going to build the microservices and we will use them as a plug and play services within the applications, because within the enterprise there will be multiple technologies to handle the different projects, like there can be a front end applications and back end applications to maintain the data and to uh, to be used by the end users. We are going to create a front end application, and once the data is entered or if any activity is being performed on the front end application, we need to send that information to the back end application. So to act as a medium, we will be playing the medium or integration service role using a MuleSoft, and we are going to connect the front end and back end systems, and there will be multiple systems involved within the enterprise, and we are going to transport and transform the data in between all of these applications. And to use this and to develop this architecture kind of thing, we are going to use the design center for creating the RAML and creating API specifications. And we will use AnyPoint Exchange to store the assets or to share the assets for the stakeholders and also with other developers. We are going to discuss about API Manager. API Manager is used to register and maintain the policies, and also we can apply the policies on the implementation. And we are going to discuss about AnyPoint Studio. So by using AnyPoint Studio, we are going to develop the APIs. We are also going to discuss about a runtime manager. Runtime manager is also called as Cloud Hub. And we will have a discussion on AnyPoint monitoring. It is like analyzing the data and the API traffic. And we have AnyPoint security. AnyPoint security is mainly for storing the certificate. And basically the tools that are needed for developing the APIs within MuleSoft are AnyPoint Studio. It is called as IDE. IDE means Integrated Development Environment. And Postman or any advanced REST client. So it is a testing tool that is used to test the APIs. And these are the other tools. Example, version control the software. It will be a Git or GitHub. And also CI/CD. CI/CD means continuous integration and continuous deployment process. And for this process, there will be Jenkins or Azure DevOps. and Apache Maven for managing the projects and to add the dependencies of the project. And we will discuss what is the Mulesoft event and what is the message structure. We are going to discuss about the flows and what is flow and the different types of flows. These are the different components that will be used within the mail flows. So in any of the programming language, we will need to handle the exceptions. Means whenever there are unknown exceptions or unexpected errors, we have to handle them and proceed further in our programming. So we are going to discuss about exception handling. And runtime manager, we are going to deploy the applications and we will analyze the logs. There is a data view or transform message. Data view is a expression language, and by using data view expression language, we can transform the data from one format to other format. So there are routers as well. So basically, routers are flow controllers. How we want to control the flow within the MuleSoft, use the we can use below routers to control the flows. And these are the different types of scopes, and we will discuss the one by one within the session. And also we are going to discuss about the connectors like HTTP connectors, database connectors, and web service consumer or file connectors. So basically connectors are used to connect with external systems or external applications from the MuleSoft. So we will discuss with examples. And also we will discuss about what are the dynamic properties and secure properties. And we have access management within the AnyPoint platform. We will discuss in detail about the AnyPoint platform, what can be done by using AnyPoint access management. And also we are going to discuss about flow designer. So basically flow designer is one of the feature in AnyPoint platform to design the flows, and we can test the application quickly, and also we can develop the same kind of applications that we can develop within AnyPoint Studio, but it is for simple demo application that we can use. And also we are going to discuss about AnyPoint Design Center, and from AnyPoint Design Center we are going to create the RAM API specification. And AnyPoint exchanges, where we are going to store the APIs or templates and also the assets, and also we will share them with the stakeholders. Endpoint security, API manager, we will discuss. Also, we are going to discuss about what is batch process and how we can implement the batch process within the MuleSoft. We are going to discuss in detail about this concept. And I would like to thank a few people on this occasion. And thank you, Samba Shiva Reddy, and thank you, Rajendra, and also thank you to my friends. And let me go through the details of the real-time project that we are going to discuss and how we are develop our network of APIs. So in our real-time project, Employees Master, we are going to create the data models using a MySQL database, and we are going to define these employees table, employees qualification, and resource allocation, address details, and customers and projects. So we are going to define all of these data models, and we are going to create the resources or create the record. And also we are going to get the existing details from the database, and we are going to expose them as a service by using Mulesoft AnyPoint. So this will be our data model. And by using that data model, we are going to expose our services as a network of APIs using Mulesoft ESB. And for example, consider this, there is a HBT network, and within the HBT network, there are other applications, and on application A and application B, there are two different users. So one is within the network, user one, and another application is outside of the network, and there is a user two. So both can access the application that are exposed on top of the Mulesoft ESP. So we are going to extract the data from the systems, for example, employees information database, and also if there is a master database. So consider that one is the simple database, and another one is master database. So we need to expose both the databases and extract that information, and that information needs to be served to these applications. So to serve the data for different applications or different platforms, so we can create the common services using Mulesoft ESP, and on the top of common services, we are going to provide the security within the Mulesoft ESP, and other applications can easily consume our Mulesoft services or APIs. In that way, we are going to provide our services on top of the Mulesoft ESP technology. Let's say, for example, we need to extract the data from master databases. So we are going to create a system API to extract that information, or to extract the system of records information. Generally, system APIs will be built on top of the records of systems, or to directly connect with the target systems. And on top of the system API, we are going to create the process APIs. So from process APIs, we are going to consume the system APIs within the Mulesoft, and we will extract that information, and we will build a business logic, main business logic within the process APIs. Like, for example, to which master system we want to connect and extract the information, or to which master system we want to publish the data, or to send the data. So those kind of business logics we will implement within the process API. And so on top of the process API, we are going to build experience APIs. And from the experience API, we will consume the Mulesoft process APIs, and we will expose these experience APIs to outside network or outside application. Because we cannot directly expose all our APIs to other systems or applications. So to reduce the traffic or load directly onto the systems, we are maintaining this experience APIs, and we can implement different kinds of policies or securities on the experience API. And in this case, for example, consider that user one wants a employee's information. So he will log into the front-end application, and from front-end application, there will be different dashboards or pages. So accordingly, whatever the information he needed, and he's going to send a request from the application. So that application will trigger or consume internally and Mulesoft service, and it will be sent to the Mulesoft layer or integration layer. And from the Mulesoft ESP or integration layer, the request will be received on Experience API, and then we are going to consume the processes within the Mulesoft, and we will send the request to Process API, and from Process API, we will send the request to System API. So from System API, we are going to connect to the database wherever the information that is needed to be fetched, and we are going to construct that data in a required format of the front-end application. Maybe it is the XML data format, or it is a JSON format. It is based on the contract that is derived between these front-end applications and the Mulesoft ESP applications. So based on that format, we are going to return a response. So we have received a request from application A, and we are going to connect to the one of the target systems, and we will either create the data on the target systems, or we will get the data from the target systems, and we are going to return a response to the applications. In this way, we are going to build our HBT network. So human REST tech network, and within this, we are going to create multiple APIs. As of now, I have listed only employees API and customers API. Likewise, we are going to create all the required APIs that we have discussed as the data model. So this is about our network model and data model that we are going to develop in the real-time project. And let us discuss about the few terminologies. So we have source and target. So source is kind of from where the data will be generated. It is like a starting point. Target means it is a destination point to where the data needs to be sent, or from where we want to fetch the data. So we have source and target, and also there will be source channel. How the communication will be happens. Communication will happen between source system or source and integration and target channel. So target channel means we are going to communicate with target system, but it needs a channel. Like if it is a database, we are going to use a open database connectivity, or it is a Java database connectivity. Like that, it is a database channel. We are going to communicate with the database system. Or if it is having some file data. So if we want to read a file from a location, so it will be a file system protocol. So like that, we have different types of channels. How the communication will happen between integration and target system. In generally, it will be HTTP or HTTPS, and target systems will be database or Java database connectivity, and also file systems, or there can be HTTPS REST services. So we have different communication channels to consume the data or to create the data. So in our sessions of this tutorial, we are going to discuss more about the terminologies that we are going to use within the project development and organizational level, whatever is needed. And if you have any doubts, you can write on the comments. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe, and watch out for the sessions.